Wow, and that's just the warm-up. Bloody hell, these shoes, whew, they are fast. Wow, I am very impressed. They are just super light and so comfortable. I'm loving these shoes. Shoes are race ready.
This could be the best shoe I have ever run in, but more on that later in this video. Having ticked off the Sunshine Coast Half Marathon, it's now less than 4 weeks until the Sydney Marathon. But aggravating my knee a couple of days before the Sunshine Coast race has really rocked my confidence this week. In fact, I've been in a bit of a funk. I was a little concerned that the knee may not settle down and I wouldn't be able to continue with the marathon training block. And I did approach this week with a fair bit of apprehension, but I set myself 2 goals for this week. The first was to just tick off the mileage and forget about the pace and try and get another 35-kilometre long run in at the weekend. And the second was to run in my race day shoe, the Asics Metaspeed Sky, the Tokyo edition. I wanted to get some miles in that shoe, test it out and make sure everything would be okay for race day. So in this video, guys, I'm going to go through the running week. I'm going to talk about this shoe, going to mention the knee a little bit as I work through this week of training for the Sydney Marathon. So with these 2 goals in mind for this week, I decided at the beginning of this week just not to do any gym work, mainly because I was a little bit worried that I might aggravate the knee again after it flared up at the gym on the Friday of the previous week. So the gym was off the table this week. We've had this little bird coming in almost every day, usually when we're sitting out here having breakfast, and I've got a little bit of toast left over, but he's a little bit later today, so he's going to miss out. All right, so Monday was a complete rest day. Monday, a complete rest day. Caught up on some garden duties, mowed the lawn, did those sort of things. Tuesday, I got some noisy birds. Tuesday was the regular speed session. Now I set this session this week. It was a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 minute efforts with a 1 minute recovery between each and a 5 minute effort to finish. I ran in the Mount to Coast R1s. I've been really enjoying running in this shoe. I'm now at about 60 kilometres, so I'm going to share some thoughts with you in a video really soon. I got through that session pretty good. The knee was a little bit, I won't say gnarly, it was noticeable, and that's sort of the theme of this week. It has been more noticeable than it has at any point in this training block. I was able to get through Tuesday okay. There was no soreness after I cooled down, and later on that day, he's a little bit upset he hasn't had his toast. I knocked the paces right down. Like I said, I'm not worrying about paces at all this week. It was a short session, less than 8 kilometres all up with warm up and cool down. Wednesday, I dropped the hill sprints that I have been doing weekly and just did a very chilled 10 kilometres running in the Asics Super Blast, almost at 700 kilometres in that shoe. It still feels like I've got several hundred kilometres to go. I've been really impressed with the durability of that shoe. Thursday was this session.
2 a.m. in the car playing my favorite song. Turn it up, windows down, we sing along.
Wow, and that's just the warm-up. Woo! All right, pretty breezy down here on the Esplanade. Midweek long run, the interval session. Trying out the Asics Metaspeed Sky, the Tokyo edition. First run in them. Plan is to run today and then do the long run on Sunday in them and then put them away until race day. I cannot get over how light they are. I just put them on the scales at home before I came out. 190 grams in my size, US 11.5, and they are fast. So the session today is 10-minute warm-up, 3-minute walk, 2 by 5 kilometres with a 400 metre walk between, a 2 kilometre followed by another 400 metre walk, 3-minute walk, and then a 20-minute cool down. Like I said, pretty breezy down here, so just going to do out and back. One way is going to be all right, the other way is going to be a little bit of a challenge. 30 seconds to go and we'll get this one done. What is it? 24 days to the Sydney Marathon. Let's go. All right, here we go. 5K. That is windy.
With you right next to me, so alive, and tonight I'm thinking that I don't wanna go.
That wind, that's fucked. Wow. Oh, I just kept getting stronger and stronger through that session. That's a solid session for me. Tough going in that wind this morning. 19.6 kilometres and a little bit more. 5:28 average. Probably a little bit quicker than what I probably should have done, considering the plan for this week was just to tick off the mileage and just get through it. But really happy with that. But it was just hard work into that wind, especially that last 2 kilometre effort. The shoes, the Asics Metaspeed Sky Tokyo edition. Wow, I am very impressed. I will talk more about them after I've done my long run on Sunday. They are a fast shoe, and the more you put into them, the more responsive they are. You know, when I first started off, just my warm-up just felt like I wanted to get rolling straight away. I think I've made the right decision in shoe choice for the Sydney Marathon. No hot spots, no rubbing or anything anywhere. They are just super light and so comfortable. That midsole, you know, you don't lose sort of contact with the ground. You can still feel the ground, even though they are fairly well stacked. I didn't feel like I was unbalanced or was going to roll ankle at any stage. You know, there was quite a few turnarounds in that session I did this morning. Yeah, they were very stable. Really happy with the shoe choice. Today's session, really happy with that. I think the 5 kilometres, I think it was like 24 minutes for the first one, and then 24:05, 6, 7, somewhere around that for the second one, and then that 2 kilometre effort, 4:36 average. So really happy with that, considering the conditions. That's another one ticked off and another day closer to the Sydney Marathon. All right, I'll catch you on Sunday.
Friday was a total rest day. Got on the roll and did a little bit of foam rolling. Saturday I did 5 kilometre warm up before park run, and then the 5 kilometres at park run. Again, I ran in the Mount to Coast R1s. The knee was slightly better, but it was still noticeable, and again, it wasn't impeding my running in any way. So I was a little bit more confident heading into Sunday's long run. I'd been in a bit of a funk for 2 or 3 days because the knee, while it was feeling better, it just had left a few worrying doubts in my mind. Heading into Sunday and the long run and finishing a 35 kilometre long run on my own, and knowing that the knee may get a bit gnarly. But in the end, I really had no reason to be concerned because this is what Sunday looked like.
Still thinking about how we met. Yeah, I'm with you now. Oh, one thing that it's plain to see, the best thing in this life's for free. And that's so true now. And there I was with my world falling apart, hoping just to get by.
Good morning, guys. Sunday long run. I'm loving these shoes. The only thing is, my feet are a little bit cold. Can't have everything though, can you? All right, I am about 21-ish kilometres in. Been going for a couple of hours, I think. Heading towards 35k. Last long run of the Sydney Marathon training block. Be good to tick this one off.
Cruising down to Mexico, I'm turning up the radio, 'cause I'm with you now. You and me, we know that love is in the air, like the wind blowing through your hair.
8k to go. Come on.
I was waiting for the summer to end, about the good times that we had.
Oh wow, what am I doing?
Come back again, but I'm happy.
One more gel. Get me through the last few K. Come on, let's go. Woo. I need a coffee.
I don't care about what others say when I'm with you now.
Shoes are race ready. I just hope I am.
Keep telling all the friends we know that I'm with you now.
I was super happy with that run. Incredible. This shoe is incredible. So I did this exact same session 2 weeks earlier. This week I was 5 seconds faster per kilometre. My heart rate was 2 beats per minute, on average less. I just felt super comfortable. I finished that long run. The legs felt fantastic. My confidence level is back. I think I'm going to hold together, guys. Keep your fingers crossed for me because it's not long to go. Okay, so let's talk about the race day shoe now, the Asics Metaspeed Sky Tokyo edition. I said at the start of this video, this could be the best shoe that I have ever run in, and you can probably gather by now, guys, that I am super impressed and super happy that I have decided to go with this shoe. The 2 runs this week have got me up to 55 kilometers. The shoe is well and truly broken in now. It's going back in the box and won't come out until race day. Just going to give you some very quick thoughts. It's not a shoe review, guys. Obviously, it's got the 2 midsole compounds. We've got some Flight Foam Turbo midsole up here, and then we've also got the Flight Foam Leap, the super bouncy and super lightweight foam down below. Carbon plate which runs between the 2 layers. For me, I have run in an older version of the Sky, so I was quite happy to buy this online, $380. And if you've watched some of my videos recently, you know that I ended up with 2 pairs because I outsmarted myself thinking that they would sell out super quick. That isn't the case. They are still readily available online. I'm not sure now whether I will offload the second pair because I've just been so impressed with this shoe. It is lightweight, it is comfortable. I've had no issues with hot spots. I normally have an issue with hot spots on new shoes. The upper, it is lightweight. I had no issues with the tongue slipping around, even though it is not a guzzeted tongue. Little ribbed edges on the laces. Lockdown was good. Didn't come loose. I had no rubbing in the heel. The shoe held its shape throughout the whole 35 kilometre run. I could feel myself getting a little bit tired, a little bit fatigued, but I was still feeling super comfortable underfoot. There was still plenty of cushion, plenty of sponginess, and plenty of responsiveness in that shoe. And while I'm not chasing any time for the Sydney Marathon, I'm pretty confident that I could sustain that pace that I did in that long run for another 7 kilometres. No problems at all, because this shoe really does instill some confidence with you. It really does give you that propulsion forward. I really can't speak highly enough of this shoe. And 190 grams in my US 11.5. Bloody brilliant. I can't wait to run the Sydney Marathon in this shoe. Well done, Asics. All right, guys, that's about it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks very much for all your support on my Sydney Marathon journey. And thank you for all the comments you have left to these videos. It really does mean a lot to me. So keep those comments coming in. So let's keep the emoji theme going here. So I had my little bird friend here a while ago. So let's put a bird emoji down in the comments just to let me know you've got all the way through to this point in the video. That's it. I'm out of here. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.